Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Man, it has been a very long week, and your boy was very kindly asked to leave YouTube for a week. Now I am back after that week that they so kindly asked for me to leave YouTube, and now I'm back. And you know what's funny? Is I can see like a gang of y'all in chat, but it says I got 2 viewers. So I'm going to take a guess that YouTube will be paying a little bit more closer attention to my channel. Look at this. We got Flying Rich Firearms, which of course, if you guys don't know, Flying Rich Bethany, I'm Flying Rich to comply with YouTube's terms of service and guidelines, which they may be like close cousins or related somehow to the ETF because they're constantly changing their interpretations of their terms of service and guidelines. So, so because they're ever changing, Rich made the decision to do a dedicated channel to Flying Rich Firearms. I told him that he should just call it Firing Rich, right? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm totally joking, man. Like, look, I agree. So many people out there will likely agree that we will do more good for the community, for the movement, for the cause, if we're actually able to continue speaking, right? So let's be real. I get it. All right. Now let's go ahead and go back and just say what's up to all my people in here, man. I missed y'all so much. First, I was at SHOT Show for a week, okay, so I didn't get to do much then. I missed all you guys that whole time. I queued up, aside from the videos I released at SHOT Show, I queued up like 16 other videos, and I was ready. I could not wait to release them. Then I get back, and it's like, bam, not a Chana member, a Chana strike. So that was tough. This is my first strike, and it was tough, man. It was tough, especially being that nothing that I did in this 13-second video broke our community guidelines because I'm a partner. I'm a partner with YouTube and Google and Alphabet, which likes to partner with our government. So we'll see what's going on here. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to Flying Rich Firearms. Show him some love. Y'all know he's one of the homies. So let's go through and show some love. So let's first say what's up to all of our channel members. We got Taco Syndicate in here. Like, dang, I know it's been a minute since you seen me, bro. I miss you too. We got Agorizer. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Z says, what the? I know, it's crazy. Typically, I don't go live on random Monday evenings. Usually, I got a show with a schedule, but as soon as I saw my strike was up, I was like, all right, it's time to say what's up. Who else we got in here? I subscribed after I saw you talking about suspension with Flying Rich. Nice, man. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in. Hey, CRS, what's up, brother? All right, so we got Agorizer. What's up, brother? We got Mike McClune. What up? What up? Another channel member. Let's see who else we got up in here. So hold on, let me back up a little bit. I'll come right back to that. I see it. Let's see, Agorizer, Mike McClune, Crypto. What's up, brother? Another channel member. We got Barton Fink, my man. What's up, brother? Another channel member. See, you just have to replace all gun-related objects with transmissions. Grooming part. Yep. Gotcha. Barton Fink, great to see you, man. Another channel member. And we even got Mike Honcho dropping a super sticker, $2.99 super sticker, man. It feels good to be back, brother. And thank you. Appreciate you. I'm not sure if you had a message in there, but if you do, man, drop it in the comments, man. We'd love to hear from you. And CRS Firearms needs some love too, man. So make sure you go over to his channel, watch his videos. He's dropping some heat, some hot takes, some spicy stuff. And I'm working on a new intro for the channel because what else am I going to do, right? It's not like I run a bunch of businesses and, have a family and stuff like that. Yeah, what else am I going to do? Hey, Tech Money, what's up, brother? Another channel member. Let's see. And, of course, Misty Misdemeanor Miss Wayne. Dang, how does that usually roll off the tongue? That one's a tricky one. But good to see you. And, of course, all the honorable mentions. Look at all y'all goons, man. We got Peter. What's up, bro? So I'll tell you exactly what I got banned for. Too many choices. What's up, brother? Man, trying to keep you down. Savinity. Hey, the end is near. Beware. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Chamber Defense. What's up, fam? Too many choices. Ron Wayne, Ronnie Buddy. I missed you, man. Let's see, making sure I don't miss anybody. Hey, DJ, the Metalhead Mercenary, Scott D. Magnificent, Joe Morris, John Rice. All y'all, man, I love this. JC9, what up, what up? Sandwich Chef, who also is the chef of sandwiches. Great to see you. And Flying Rich Fiams, Samantha P, what up? Chamber Defense, Divinity, Joe Morris, Mike Concho, Samantha P. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Glabdo 5000, what up? And not my name. Let's see who else. Douglas, what's up, Douglas? Douglas says hi. Deformed Baby, what's cracking, fam? Good to see you. Jason Ewing. So Jason was actually first. Just want to show him some love, man. Appreciate you coming in. Snoring Rich, yeah, y'all got jokes, man. All right, so here's what happened, man. First, this is not over, okay? There's going to be potentially a larger wave of these issues moving forward. You could almost bet on that. What up, AC? What up? Thanks for joining. He says, what up from South Texas? It's likely that we will see a massive wave of these same exact things moving forward. And they're for really simple, just slightly different interpretations of the TOS and the guidelines. So we'll see what happens. But man, what has happened over the last week? Basically, Germany has basically said they're going to war with Russia. That's cool. Our whole world is falling apart. The ATF is still a rogue agency that is trying to actively destroy my business. They're trying to keep you all from building your own modern firearms. This is just getting crazy. The brace thing, no one understands it, right? We're all just like in this little world of like, kind of like when you have like mice in one of those little like mazes, and you do stuff like give them a little bit of blow, give them a little bit of nicotine, give them some downers, and just like watch them go like crazy and like start eating each other. That's kind of what I feel like we're in right now. Iran is scrambling jets. We're literally on the brink of World War III right now, and not to mention the war on the freedom of speech, right? Because all of you guys have natural rights. Those natural rights were given to you by being born, not by anybody, not by a constitution, not by YouTube. That's for damn sure. And this is the kind of shit that we deal with. So it's great to be back, though. I don't know how long I'm going to be back, but it's great to be back. I kind of feel like I have a little bit of like a badge of honor in a way that I've been banned, I guess. But anyway, let's get into it. So here's what happened. I had posted a 13-second video, and because every single time that I went on someone else's show, when I had things lined up before I got banned, right? So if YouTube is watching this saying like, oh, you used an alternate channel to go live, which they do say that if you try to obfuscate your ban, you'll lose your channel. That's not what I did. I had all these shows lined up already. Went on these channels and I told them what happened. And every single time I've told the story, their show got demonetized, their videos got demonetized. They just kept like getting hit, right? So I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but I did like screen record it. I do have it, so maybe I'll drop it on my Instagram. And it's funny because Instagram probably won't even bat an eye at it at all. It's crazy. Anyway, so here's the deal. It was a 13-second video. I showed a firearm sitting on my workbench on my desk, right? And I said, because some people had asked to see the gun because it was a new addition to the squadron here in the back. And they were like, hey, we want to see that all blue Glock 33 in 357 SIG, right? So I do this video and I'm like, hey guys, here's this Glock 33 in 357 SIG. Here's this gun. Here's the caliber it is. Here's the performance of the ammunition. And I literally threw my patch down on the table and that was it. Now, there's some people that are saying like, okay, well, you put a little bit of info of like where I got the parts from. Okay, well, that's not against their terms of service or guidelines. And then they said, well, you said the bullets were going really, really fast. So because you said the bullets were going fast, maybe they think you modified it or something like that. I have no idea. I certainly didn't. I just spoke of velocity of ammunition. That certainly isn't against their TOS and then terms of service. And then some people just said, yo, Dark, they're just trying to give you a little bit, like a little smack on the dick just so they can keep you in check, right? Just so you're careful. Like right now, honestly, I'm like worried. Like everything I drop, every video, every stream, everything I do, something could happen and that could sacrifice the channel. So, not to mention the 2 years of content, the 2 million minutes of watch time over the last year. I mean, at any point, they could be like, boop, we don't like that. Boop, we don't like that. Boop, we don't like that. Gone, right? Now, I will say, like AC says, DLD, go to Rumble, right? And I am, just so y'all know, I am completely backed up on, I got Utreon, I got Odyssey, I got Rumble, I got, if it exists, I'm backed up on there. Locals, all that stuff. But nobody can disagree that YouTube has the biggest reach, right? Like we all know that. But I mean, it is what it is. Let me say what's up. All right, we got Princess Kicking Butt. What's up? Good to see you, Ting Ting. Missed you. Who else we got? See, I saw somebody else come up in here. Hey, Martin Kaminsky, what's cracking? Hey, DLD, are you going to delete all your videos like Rich? No, I've already done my cleanup and it was like 4 or 5 things. And I basically just removed, and that's not to say anything bad about what Rich did, right? Like everybody's going to choose to do their individual thing. What I'm doing is more risky. All Rich did was do what YouTube would probably do anyway. You know what I mean? He just did it without sacrificing his whole channel. So I don't know. Look, I don't know what's going to happen. I do have a backup channel. I have some plans and I'm going to put those plans into motion. And those plans may be a new channel. So we'll see, you know, just kind of stick around, you know, see what's going on. But that's not going to really solve anything, right? So one of the things that we worked on to solve what's been going on in our world because of all these nouns, all these people, places, and things encroaching on all of our natural rights. Yeah, it probably is because the channel's growing. But I'm not, dude, I'm at less than 4,000 subscribers. And I don't know why they have their eye on me like that. The first time my channel got hit was, I can't even really talk about it. Because if I say why, I got hit for misinformation. Okay, we'll just say that. But this is crazy, right? So one of the things that we're doing, we all know that anything, like we used to go to YouTube for building, right? So if you wanted to build a Polymer 80, a 1911, a SIG 320, an AR, like whatever it was, you could literally go on YouTube, find the best builders in the country, and just watch them for free, right? Those days are long gone. So one of the things that we're doing, we got like 8 of probably the best instructors that are like available for building and printing and stippling and all that. We got a group of like 8 dope ass people that are all down for the cause in the movement, and they're all, you know, really about helping others learn how to build. And we got with Marine Gun Builder, and we started something called Freedom Crew University. So we're going to be using that as a platform that is ours. That belongs to us. There's nothing that they can do to jump in and stop us and silence us. Now, what this means is like for us creating essentially a company, a university, an online, you know, university where we come and do classes and stuff. That means the end user has to pay for it, right? So because we all know if you don't pay for it, you're the product, right? So they are going to have to pay for it, but this is an uncensored place that people can come. I am a chief instructor there as well. So I'll be doing Polymer 80 builds. I'll be doing all sorts of stuff. Okay. So just know that we're working on other things in addition to things that we're doing here. The other thing is I'm never going to have Flying Rich on my show ever again I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. I was going to make a little joke because he will not stop doing those highly annoying videos over and over. I mean, I counted 48 one day and he was like, "Oh, bro, I've deleted dozens." It's getting crazy. So he hits me up. He's like, "Bro, I got this, I got this new channel, right? Flying Rich Farms." He's like, "I got this new channel. I just uploaded my first video. Got like 3,000 views." I was like, "Oh, what was it?" It's like a highly annoying dark video. It's like, oh my God, please stop. He's like, "Does a little bit of you die inside every time I tell you that?" I'm like, yeah, a little bit. But here's the other thing. So let's fast forward a little bit to literally that's what I'm going to right now, AC. So this is a super important thing, and randomly I may just pick up like different pointing sticks from here and here and there and just be like, okay, here's my pointing stick and this is my talking stick, right? So sorry. The new frames, which was going to be my focus the moment SHOT Show 2023 ended. The new frames from Polymer 80, which you guys can refer to as the bridge frame, okay? Yes, the bridge frame. The new frames from Polymer 80, which will be referred to as the bridge frame, just became available, okay? These shits are genius. I mean, I cannot show enough respect to a company that got hit on 12/27, so this was December 27th, 2 days after Christmas, mind you, at 3:32 p.m., the ATF published that open letter that said, "Oh yeah, that whole frame blank thing that you're doing with the jig separately, yeah, not going to cut it. Illegal." And of course they can't do that. That's why it's being challenged in several different ways. But the reality is that it's, being, enforced, like the whole like federal law, 18 USC title, blah, blah, blah. They are basically using the federal law. They're filing this opinion under federal law and they're forcing you to follow it, right? Because we all know, oh, well, F that, we just won't bend the knee. We just won't follow. Okay, yeah. And then we'll all meet in Gen Pop, right? Hold up. So we all need a healthy dose of non-compliance. I'm not saying that. But for P80 to turn around and have a solution literally produced and in our faces and in our hands by SHOT Show is amazing. Blown away. Totally blown away. So I am thrilled that they could turn this around. There's only a couple things that are going to be different about the bridge frame. Now, right now, the first run is just going to be the PF940C. I've seen a huge uptick because I run DLD hardware. If you guys go to DLD hardware, there's jigs and all sorts of gunsmithing stuff that you can get for building. But the first run is just going to be in the PF940Cs. It is the, yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. I know. I'll do my best. So the PF940Cs are going to be the first run, okay? Now, the dope thing about this is that it's not a lot of differences that, we need to move around for it to be. It is ATF compliant. No serial number, goes right to your door, just like the old school ones. It's just, you still got to get the jig separately. Now, praise the Lord and thank baby Jesus that these take the same jigs. Huge. I mean, this is huge because it makes it way easier for them, for us, for companies like me that sell these jigs. Like I have a lot of them on hand, so it's really important. They won't take me alive, so no Gen Pop. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. More on that later. So I've had some conversations over the last week that were kind of funny about that. But they're funny to me. YouTube and the ATF probably won't find them too funny. So the only downside with this frame, or what people are mostly complaining about, is honestly, some people are like, "Oh, you guys are, complying and bending the knee." I mean, bro, it's different when all those employees and all those families and all these people, like everybody's not willing to go to jail and just do work for the movement, right? Like, look, the positive thing we have to look at this is like this company, Polymer 80, who's been supporting the movement, I mean, since day one, making it as easy as possible for people to build modern firearms in the privacy of their own home with zero governmental encroachment. I mean, that's we're all about that. So we're going to support them. And I had an opportunity to meet with the owner and see them at SHOT Show and see the frames and all that. What people are saying is that there is one pin that the old jig that works with a new bridge frame that doesn't. Yeah, Gertshop, where you at, bro? Detective John Campbell, what's up, brother? Good to see you. So really 80%, the 80 thing was just an industry coin term. It wasn't a true, like it wasn't an ATF determined thing. They didn't say, well, that has to be 80% or anything. So the joke about it was like, Polymer 80 was like, oh, well, we'll call it the P70. And somebody at a meeting was like, let's call it the P69, right? So it's jokingly called the P69, but the actual frame is going to be called the bridge frame. And it's interesting because back in the trigger housing, it kind of looks like a bridge, like a mesh bridge back there, which is stuff that will need to be cleared out with basically a chisel point on an X-Acto knife and a little bit of work up near the locking block rail system. And aside from that, there's one pin that the old jig does not do. So naturally, while I was on my little YouTube break, what I did, DLD Hardware got with some of the best developers in the entire 3D world, and we had 12 different versions catted up. And I already have the final, I don't actually physically have it now, but I already have version 13, which is the final version of the single pin jig for the locking block rail system of the PF940C bridge frame. So DLD Hardware has already placed one of those ads up for sale. It's for pre-order. Eagle Run, what's up, brother? Hells yeah, 69, nice, right? I guess it's a single pin jig. It's a locking block rail system jig. It's whatever you want to call it, right? That one pin that you're unable to drill with the old jig is now a new standalone jig by itself. So when you go through, you do your thing, you clean everything out, you hit the tabs, the holes and all that. The last thing that you do is you attach this jig and then you drill the last hole, the last singular hole with this. Now, to line everything up appropriately, this jig also has two other holes over the trigger pin and the slide lock pin. It's another locking block pin, but the slide lock spring kind of what do you call it? It's like pressed up against the slide lock pin right there. So you can still line them up. You can use slave pins and all that shit. And there's another company that's well, that doesn't matter. The important thing is that we saw the need. We found a solution. We developed it over the last week, and within a week, we had 13 different versions. Lucky number 13, it was ready to go, and boom, that thing is all good, ready to go. So now they're being manufactured, and they're not going to be ready yet, but that's why a lot of people are jumping in and during the pre-sale, because PF940C jigs are flying, and the PF940C bridge frame single pin locking block rail system jig is available on my site as well. So there you go. Solutions, right? How do we continue building modern firearms in the privacy of our own home with zero governmental overreach? Bingo. There you go. That's how we do it. Just not the brown hole. There you go. You already know. Dark, wrench me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and do it. I can't do it while I'm live. Sorry, I was trying to delete that comment. Let's see. Standard standalone jig for the win. So it's got 3 holes and 69. This joke keeps getting better. I know, bro. So there's 3 holes and gets, yeah. Y'all are good. Y'all are good. Make a jig for the jig. Jigception. Hit that like button. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Name it the AFT pinhead. That's actually really good. I wonder how long until they come for parts kits and D-mills. Bro, I mean, people are getting hit for the stupidest stuff, man. Like, for an example, demilled parts kits that were lawfully imported, and then your guy in the Navy, I forgot, Tate, uh, Tate, he was hit. I don't know all the details of that, right? But that it seems to me that he did nothing wrong, and he's just a scapegoat, and he's going to be you and me both. Ting ting, you and me both. Hold on. Get a jet. Y'all have a good night. Love life, the Hoff and the Dilders community. Catch the rest of the AM. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we got up almost to $5,000 for Richard Hoffman last night. And since I haven't been able to stream over the last week, I do want to say that Richard Hoffman, the Hoff, is in hospice. His cancer has hold on. Sorry. I just got an alert I had to look at. I saw YouTube strike in the subject line. I was like, uh-oh, hold up. Did I already get it? No, sorry. So because I wasn't able to go live, I really didn't get to talk about it. I did talk about it in my time on John Crump's channel and with Flying Rich and with Shooting Gallery New England. But basically, Richard Hoffman's cancer has spread. It has spread throughout his bones, his body, different organs. He is not doing well. And the doctor had given him a week to 3 months to live, which is a very kind of large window. And his biggest concern was his family and his children that he's leaving behind, that he didn't want to burden them with the costs of burying him. And, they just don't have the funds. So he's been out of work for a year and a half, 2 years, and trying to recover, trying to fight this. That he had lost his wife. I mean, God, they have been through so much shit, man. So the moment he had asked for help, we jumped in. So if you guys weren't aware of this or didn't know, he is on hospice now, and you can contribute, or you can share the fundraiser, or you can just simply share a prayer with him at givesendgo.youknowwhat/Hoff, Hoff, because we want to make sure that he's taken care of, and that his kids that are going to have to mourn another parent don't have a big financial burden to worry about. So, I mean, look, I hate having this conversation, man. Like, we love Hoff, man. Hoff has been on my show a dozen times, and he's told some incredible stories. And look, we love the guy, man, and he's incredible. And it just it sucks, but we got to have the conversation because his family needs our help. So, yeah, if you could, again, you could either contribute, or you could share the fundraiser, or you can even just pray. You can literally just go on, share a prayer, send a message, and that's a big help. And it's givesendgo.youknowwhat/Hoff, Hoff. So that'll be super helpful. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Serenity. Oh, and thank you to the people that are placing orders, man. That's awesome. Hell yeah, guys. Thank you. It will totally be worth it when you can actually drill your frame appropriately. Some people say, well, you don't need that pen. It's interesting because Polymer 80 was the one that said that you don't need that pen. Convenient, right? I don't know about y'all, but look, personally, I've built dozens of these, okay? Dozens. I won't say how many. Dozens, over 40. And Every single one I have done in the same exact way, with a front pin in the locking block rail system, with the trigger pin, with the other locking block pin that I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name. Where's my Glock thing? I don't know, but that pin above the trigger pin, and then of course the M3 pin in the back with the trigger housing. And I'm not going to change that. I don't want to change it, right? And I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the 90s, okay, Glock did some interesting things. And here's some history for you. Glock came out with a 17, okay? It was a single pin, Gen 1 17. Then it came out with a second generation. It was a single pin 17. They came out with a 19 second generation. It was a single pin, okay? Then they were like, guys, you know what? This 40 caliber round is just sweeping the nation. Law enforcement everywhere, this is 30 years ago, is just adopting it like crazy. Like everyone's going 40 cal. We need 40 cal. We need 40 cal. So they made the Glock 22, full size 40 cal with one pin. Then they made a Glock 23, which is the size of a 19, but in 40 cal with one pin. And you know what happened? Glocks all over the United States started exploding. They literally started blowing up. They called them the kaboom Glocks. You can look that up. So, as a result of this comes Glock perfection, true Glock perfection, the Generation 3. Now, the Generation 3 had this locking block. Let's see, I probably got one in here. A little bit of dibbly. Boom. Had a little jimmy jump like this, okay? Trigger pin in here, boop, right? Now this little U shape right here is where that second locking block pin goes, which is what creates pressure between your slide stop and your trigger pin, right? It gives it spring tension. So when the empty, I don't have any empty magazines here. Oh, there we go. Oh, and look at this. This is a YouTube compliant 10-round Glock magazine. I bought a Gen 2 the other day and it had it in it. So when that thing runs empty, it hits your slide stop. So anyway, they added the second pin on that locking block. Okay. Now that kept Glocks from going kaboom because it reinforced that area where you have over 30,000 PSI, bang, 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 over and over and over. So it would behoove you to continue building Glocks with the same amount of pins, especially if you're not going to be building 9mm. Okay, if you're going to be building 40s and 357 SIGs and other stuff, use all the pins you can get. If I could literally outline the whole frame with pins, I would. Just kidding, but you know what I mean. It's not a bad thing. That's all I'm saying. Only the first couple Gen Glocks without the fully supported chamber were hand grenades. Why are you bringing up the past? It was the early second generation. Some say it even kind of crept into the Gen 2.5 Glocks that were 40 caliber. But I mean, it's okay, right? That's like, it's really hard to like design something and build it on that scale and test it to that extent and get some failures. There's some out there right now to this day that fall within those serial numbers that can be had for like $300. I just bought a Gen 2 17 for like $300. I mean, just to harvest the parts out of that thing is a deal. Of course, it was a 4473 item, so all I had to do was sacrifice my freedom, independence, and privacy, and boom, I had a handgun, right? Like, I haven't done that a lot already. Hold on, let me go back. I missed a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. G23, what's up, playa? G23, what happened to you on Instagram nearly happened to me on YouTube. 40 gang, y'all should put them on a list to let people know not to fuck with. Hold on, who we talking about? Not building anything in this state, Texas and AZ, maybe Florida near my vacay spot. Hey, Vanessa Kitty, good to see you. Do you know any companies that got raided and sold customers' info? So honestly, that's kind of a thing of the past, bro. Like they don't need that anymore. Toy Town Inc., what's up, brother? So here's the crazy thing. G32 slide on a G33 frame. Yes. That's kind of like a 1926, but with 357 SIG. So here's the interesting thing, okay, and this has come up a lot. So companies end up getting hit by the GATF, and then after they get raided, a bunch of the customers get hit, and then they're like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Like all their customers got letters. They don't need. Most of the companies I know actually didn't give information, got in trouble, and almost got in a lot of trouble for not giving information. And then what they do is the GATF will send a warrant to ShipStation or stamps.com or whatever merchant service or UPS or FedEx or whatever, and then they're like, oh yep, sure, here you go, whoop, and they give it to them like that. Everything, shipping, merchant services, phone records, they don't need that. Like the days of, man, this company is base, they don't give any info away, those days are over, because we rely on so many other like external factors to run businesses that honestly they don't need the person to give info. And look at something like Rare Breed, okay? So with everything Rare Breed is going through, they created like all, and look, I'm not simping for anybody. That if anyone gives information out to the GATF or any other agency like that, that's treasonous, and I think that's wrong, and they should be put out there. But I'm just saying, they go around every company. They can go around you like that, and that's their job. They have set our life up to where they don't need us. Like we could stand up and be like, I'm a patriot. They're like, we got your list. Like, what? And it's like, by the way, that whole weird thing where people call themselves patriots, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Can y'all let me know if am I going crazy? Like, isn't like a patriot like what somebody else calls a person, right? They're like, man, that person is a patriot. You can say like, I don't know, maybe I have the heart of a patriot, right? Like I care about my country. I love my country. I love all of our, human rights that, I don't know, something, but that's like waking up and being like, I am devilishly handsome. Like you don't, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me see. GTF is the word. Yep. Vote gang. Come on, you ain't got no 40. Stop lying. Or maybe you do. I can see Rich having a 40. Let's see. Sup, felons? Welcome back, Dark. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. It's been bad. DLD, I'm back from the dead. Are you back? Are you back on Instagram? I thought you were banned for life. I need to find Flying Rich's new channel. I want to see him crash an SR-71. Wow, y'all are too much. Dark is back in blue from the tubes of the U. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's see. G32 and G33 frame. Already saw that. So Rich's new channel, just in case y'all don't know, is Flying Rich Firearms. So please make sure that you subscribe to Flying Rich Firearms, because if I don't say Flying Rich Firearms enough on this stream, then he's going to be like, why didn't you say subscribe to Flying Rich Firearms? And I won't hear the end of it for the next like 2 weeks. So please subscribe to Flying Rich Firearms. Thank you. Yeah, I still carry a gun. Thank you. Yeah, man, that's a look. I don't even know if I can say it because that's in the video that got me a strike, but there's a particular type of ammunition. I would look into it for the 357 SIG. Did you know that? Hold up. I'll just show you. How about that? Okay, so Mr. NSB Nunzio, did you know that this company, Libertad Civil Defense, makes 357 SIG ammo? And you know the crazy thing that they're claiming? 357 sig, 2,300 feet per second. Can you believe that? Man. And if you look at a lot of the videos out there, a Glock 33 is clocking like 2250 off that. It's nuts. So yeah, check that out. It can literally go through soft armor. It's crazy. I'm like looking to see if I'm going to go from like, yeah, 55 people in here, 0. That's how it goes. When your stream gets canceled, that's how it goes. Yeah, it's nuts. So you got to order them. And I also can't say where to order them. Jesus, man, this is crazy. This whole following the rules thing is making my penis soft. Yeah, man, 762 Tokrat. Yeah, that ish is badass. How do I contact you for questions on stuff? Like email, text, or something? Yeah, so my phone number is 4. I'm just kidding. No, so if one of the mods out there, if you could put my email in chat, that'd be dope. Yep. So that's the thing. Their thing is super high pressure, lightweight on the projectile, but it's kind of like the concept of 5.56, right? Shout out to the people, guys. Thank you for placing orders from DLD Hardware. I mean that's awesome of y'all. Shout out, thank you. And for the people that weren't here, for the new bridge frame that was dropped by PAT, the second locking block pin you're going to need to do on your own. The jigs do not do that. So we, over the last week, developed our own. DLD Hardware has our own jig for that one hole. It actually took a lot of time, energy, and effort in 13 iterations. So, and it has hardware, and it bolts down. Did you know it bolts down? Did I say it bolts down? That shit bolts down, bro. You can see the bolts, and then it bolts down when you look at the pictures. That's what I'm saying. He said flaccid. I ordered some things. Hell yeah, bro. That's what's up, man. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. I got those same rounds, but in 40. I'm just kidding. Now, look, I'm not mad at 40. The only reason why we give people a hard time for selecting 40 caliber is because when shit does hit the fan and when shit pops off, guess what? We're all going to be running 9mm, right? And when you're like, Dark, I'm black on ammo. And I'm like, I got you. And I throw you mag, you're going to be like, oh, butt cheeks all tight. Like, this is 9mm. So that's all I'm saying. It's the reason why a lot of people go with 9mm, especially Glocks, is because it's the most prolific magazine with the most prolific round. And yes, at one point with like law enforcement and some military, 40 caliber, especially 40 caliber Glocks, was the most prolific caliber magazine. Man, before that, like, no, I don't know. It wasn't really like a thing, right? You get whatever caliber you want, 40, 45, 9mm, 9x18, you know, crazy stuff. Nick, what's up, brother? Appreciate you coming on, man. We're back. We're back. We were banned, but we're back. I thought the old jig had 2 holes for the locking block. No, so the locking block on a polymer frame of the 80 capacity has 3 holes in the jig. The M3 for the for the trigger housing, for the trigger pin, and then the I believe it's I keep forgetting what the pin is called. I'm sorry, y'all. I've gone through the entire Glock Armorer's course, and I don't even remember what it's called. It's the second pin for the locking block. But because the locking block rail system on the 80 is the rail and locking block, it's longer. So it's kind of like oop, 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 like a rhombus. So there's a front pin that usually came pre-drilled for you, but not anymore. Doesn't come pre-drilled. And they're not going to tell anyone how to do it. They're literally not going to tell. To keep things as streamlined as possible, they do not plan on publishing any information. P80 is not planning on publishing any information on how to complete this new frame. And that's okay, because you guys are all very smart people. And you are all very sophisticated people that know exactly what to do when you encounter things like this. A little bit more work in the back, a little bit more work in the front, and then a little zippy to doo-dah, boom, you're done. Easy peasy. Hold on. Frag Outs Toaster, what's up, brother? H&K made the USP with a double spring system designed around the 40 cal Glocks. Hold on. I think I read that incorrectly. H&K made the USP with the double spring system designed around the 40. Glocks were not designed for the 40. They just chambered it and ruined 40 for all the Glock boys. I mean, kind of, but I still rocked it. Dude, I know I give 40 cal a lot of shit, okay? And maybe it's unfair, but I carried a 40. I carried that Glock 23, that Michael Jordan. I carried that thing for years. And actually, I referred to a self-defense encounter where I had to draw my handgun. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but the handgun that I drew was not a 9mm. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I will allow you guys to come to your own conclusions. Full bore 10mm out of a micro or subcompact would suck. Yeah, but it'd be awesome at the same time. Adam Ball, what's up, brother? Chuck Norris, what up? What up? And then your mag flies into my mag well. Yeah, right. Flip it up and you just like that, you know? See, you know, you get the deal. Tokarev was the innovator. Sig was the imitator. Yeah, I mean, hold on. What's cheaper than 357 Sig? 10mm is better than 357 Sig unless you need a 9mm size frame. So 357 Sig is crazy expensive. I mean, it is literally at like nearly $2 a round because the only FMJs you're going to find are like old. I mean, I think I think everything I have is self-defense ammo. Let's see. There may be an address on this box, so I will keep this down here. Hornady, Gold. Yeah, everything I have is. So I did find some like old Winchester 357 Sig, but it's all old stuff. It's like still, you know, I don't know, close to $1 a round. And I don't really have a need for the range ammo. I'm just basically breaking in my gun with stuff that I would use for defense, and then any other stuff that's still in production, I'm still ordering that. So, but I don't have a lot of 357 Sig because I'm only rocking the one Glock 33. So that's it. Everything, not everything. Most other things that I have are like 9mm, 5.56, 12 gauge, you know, 7.62 by 39, that kind of shit. 27, nice. For 50 rounds of Full Metal Jacket, my Smith & Wesson 629 has only had 44 mag through it. Yeah, putting 44 special through a 44 mag, I don't know, just isn't the same. It's cool, but 44 special is damn near the same price as 44 Magnum. I'll tell you what, the dopest backup gun I've ever had was a Smith & Wesson 296. Okay, this is a 5-shot revolver. It's like a jumbo J-frame, but it's still small enough to be considered like a backup gun. And this was a 5-shot Centennial, I think it's called Centennial style. So the hammer's hidden, double action only. Or did it have the flat hammer? No, it was double action only, 5-shot, 44 special, and it was scandium and titanium, like super light, but it had a limit. It could only do up to 200 grain rounds. So the only rounds you could put through it that were like production rounds were the Gold Dot 200 grain 44 specials. But man, at that time, like they were making the Smith & Wesson Night Guard 5-shot 44 Magnum revolver. Ooh, that thing was fire. Little like a K frame, you know, L/K frame size, but it was like a 2-inch barrel, and it was, I think they had a scandium, titanium, and aluminum, And then they also had a steel cylinder one, which the steel cylinder has no restrictions. You can run anything you want through it. That thing was badass. Tiny, tiny little 44 mag. You could tuck that thing easy. Let me see. My bad. Hold up. That's true. So whether you're running a 454 Cazul or a 460, like 45 Colt through that just feels like a puff. Like when you're rocking like full power 357 mag 158 grain, like semi-wad cutters, and it's like dung dung, and then you put some 38s through, poof, it's like a poof of smoke. Yep, I have a 357 and use 38 in it all the time. Yeah, I mean, for getting the reps in, bro, especially for like draw to first shot and stuff like that, trust me, you're under certain circumstances, you won't be taking time to consider the recoil. I'll promise you that. Explain the need for a striker gun to be other than 9mm. Fun and novelty are the only things that come to mind. Hold on. Explain the need for a striker gun to be other than 9mm. Fun and novelty are... Okay, sorry, I had to read that twice. Some say I'm slightly slow and tarded. Okay, so two things. One, I don't really think there's a need for it, right? However, there may be a time where if you have a moment to select a different tool, there could be different applications where a faster round, harder hitting round, a round that penetrates more, or like if you know for sure, if you have a few seconds to be like, that's the tool for the job, for this specific job or something, yeah, I don't see an issue with that. I think it could be effective. Like one of the things I thought of is like, okay, if shit hits the fan, if we're in like a true SHTF scenario, then I don't mind like I'll have my EDC on me. I keep my on me all day, every day anyway. Literally sleep with it in my waistband. And if I needed to, I can take that Glock 33 with those rounds that are pushing, 2,300 feet per second, and throw that in a pocket holster or somewhere else on me if I need to maybe go through like some light armor, level 3A armor or something like that. Or I don't know. It depends, right? It depends on what the application is, But for the most part, once you get past like building up your armory, right? Like once you have, okay, I have enough general purpose 9mm, enough general purpose ARs in 5.56. I have enough AKs in 7.62 by 39. I have enough 12 gauges. Now I can kind of branch out and like play a little bit, right? And say, grab a 10mm, grab a 45. For me, 45 just isn't a staple caliber. I just built another 45, like, I don't know, a few months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. Not even, yeah, probably 3-4 months ago. And 45 just isn't like a staple round for me. But it helps to have a 45, even if you don't stock up thousands and thousands of rounds with it. Chances are you may run into 45 when it comes to like civilian stuff, right? Like civilians may have 45 ACP, civilians may have 40, 357 SIG or whatever. So having those is a bonus at that point. You're more than likely going to run into scavenging shit off of Leo and Mill. That's just, I'm going to say, much more likely. I've never lived through a WROL SHTF scenario, right? I guess let's be honest, right? We all have our own SHTF scenarios every single day, right? But a real like worldwide situation, yeah, I mean the reality is that law enforcement, military, that's the shit that you're going to be scavenging, and it's more than likely going to be looking like that. Range mag, I'm just saying. So that's all I'm saying. If you have a moment to make a choice and be like, hey, look, I need to poke holes through more stuff to get to somebody, yeah, having something a little more powerful wouldn't be a bad thing. That's all. Yeah, not enough ammo. There's never enough ammo. Like, I got buddies with pallets and barrels, and they're like, man, I really gotta get up my game. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this story. Okay, I was talking to one of our viewers, and if one of our viewers wants to mention that it was them, then that's fine. Our perception of like being stocked up and not being stocked up, they're all different, right? So some people got a few hundred rounds. Like, some of my family members are like, "Oh man, I'm good. I am good on ammo." I'm like, "Really? Like, would you hit the jackpot? Like, what? They're like, "Man, I got like nearly 600 rounds." I'm like, "Oh, I shot that at the range the other day," um, and I was talking to one of our viewers, and I was like, "Look, um, want a threaded Tech 22 Scorpion, bro? You're not gonna believe this, Joe. I'm gonna tell you a story in a second. But hey, what's up, Love Me Chanix? Good to see you, man. But I was talking to the viewer, and I was like, man, I've been doing nothing but shooting ammo. I've been doing these training courses. I've been shooting, and I'm about to break below 10,000 rounds of X, Y, and Z. And he was like, so you are critically low. And I was like, what? For me, that's like, I'm all right with 10,000 rounds, But for him, that was like a psychological barrier that he could just never go beyond. Whereas some people I talk to, they're like, man, I got 350 rounds, man, I'm good. I'm like, I don't understand how all of our perceptions are this different. We have to realize that if shit is going bad, they're gonna stop making ammunition at some point. You know what I mean? Good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. I've been gone for a week. I'm not sure if you've been following. I saw some of your comments, but yeah, it's good to be back, man. I was banned for a week, so yeah. But like, when shit goes bad, and like, you're gonna be struggling to get like shit from the grocery store because none of us are as self-sustainable as we need to be. And while people are like trying to, urgently order groceries from fucking those little Amazon people that I bump into with shopping carts and shit like that, they're going to be freaking out. Some of us are going to be buying ammo. Some of us are going to be buying number 10 cans of shit that we should have bought years ago. So we're all just going to be freaking the hell out. And people are going to be running around looking for ammo. They're going to stop making it. They're going to stop. And if we're in like a world war situation, which, like I said, all this crazy shit is going on. We got North Korea fucking around. We got fucking Germany declaring war on Russia. We got fucking Iran scrambling jets and shit. Why the fuck does Iran even have jets? I'm just saying. And they may stop. Think of it like this: in World War II, right? Were they fulfilling orders of ammunition for civilians? Fuck no. They literally got Singer, okay, a company that built sewing machines, to stop manufacturing their sewing machines and start manufacturing 1911s. Like, that's the shit that's going to be happening. So get what you can get, especially now with how volatile the world is becoming. I just feel like every single day we're closer and closer and closer. And then, of course, China. I didn't even say China. China, y'all already know. You don't need to hear it from me. Hey, Dark, been listening since you were talking about Jeff with cancer. I think, hope he gets better, but he might be better off. Want to say hi. Got to make some money for tomorrow. Singing about Amazon. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. And it's Huff. I think that may have been a typo, but it's or an autocorrect thing. But yeah, it's Hoffman. He's the man, and we love him, and we want to take care of him and his family. So I appreciate you guys, man. You got to understand how much I like care about you guys. Like, having a community of people. I shared this. I don't know. I would say the other day, a week or two ago, when I went live. And we had like, it was one of like during the typical streaming, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday sessions. And we had like 80, 90 people in there. We had over 100 people in there at a certain time. And earlier that day, I'd gone on another channel of a guy who has over 500,000 subscribers. Okay. We're talking, this fool has 500,000 subs. And the most viewership he had gotten to was 54 people. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy. The amount of engagement I have from you guys is crazy. The fact that you guys care this much and are all coming together, and all the side conversations you guys speaking with each other and helping each other and actually like being kind, and this is honestly, this is why I do this shit. It would be so much easier for me to give the fuck up and just say fuck this, but I love y'all too much, man. Iran is the most stable non-NWO nation in the Middle East. Welcome to the end times. Yeah. And what about Euphrates? Holy fuck. The Euphrates River like dried the fuck up. And apparently in like almost every single biblical prophecy, that when the Euphrates River dries up, apparently that's when like the end times are. Like we're there, y'all. We're there. Okay. After watching the Ukraine footage, maybe we should forget about guns and get more drones. Bro, I mean, thanks, NSB. Nunzio, appreciate you. That's because he bought that bot farm subscriber service. I may miss something. Did you ever smoke? How do I get a voice like that? Bro, I smoked my whole life. I've been talking all day, and then also like I don't have like any water or anything. And I realized when I started my stream, I was like, bro, I need to go get some water for my stream, but I didn't. And that helps the voice too. Okay, hold on. So I was gonna say something else. I got distracted. 90 seconds to midnight. Fuck, what did I say? Oh, okay. So drones. All right, here's the reality. I see big channels with low views all the time. They didn't grow organically, or they bought subs and some. Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying with the bots. And yeah. That's all you had to do, dude. I smoked since I was like, I don't know. I think I smoked my first cigarette at like 11 or 12, and from then, I don't want to put my man on blast, but the corner store where I grew up, it didn't matter if no one was looking. A 12-year-old could walk up there. Plus, I had a beard at like 14. So I was like, yeah, let me get a pack of Newport 100s unfiltered. They're like, what? Yeah, but we were just all able to buy cigarettes. Or back in the day, they used to put the cigarettes literally right there on the stand. So you could be like, oh, I'd like a pack of these, please. Boop, So we'd be like, what's that? Swoop. So, yeah, not my proudest moments, but shit that I did. Yeah, I had the same experience. Same with alcohol. Yeah. Drugs too. Drugs are bad. Okay. I am over 12 years clean. I used to have, not used to have. All of my life, I've struggled with substance abuse, and I've been clean for over 12 years. I just don't ever want to say that like I'm not an addict, right? So many people say like I used to be addicted. I'm still addicted. In my head, man, don't get me thinking about my old method of administration. That shit gets my card, bro. Anyway, oh yeah, the cigarette vending machines. Yo, take me back to my old jobs. Holy shit. Hey, can you go to the cigarette vending machine? Dude, unlock. Okay, so drones. Yes, a lot of people have this belief of God made Colt, or God made man, and Sam Colt made him even, or whatever. There is truth in that, right? Like there's truth that a person, a very well-trained, like highly trained person with a firearm, 100%, they can be very effective against another person with a firearm, or against several people, right? Depends. But that's not the true equalizer. Let's be real, right? Like there are limitations to the shit. So the one thing that is the true equalizer, I mean like the true equalizer, that it doesn't matter how many people they bring, is stuff that's like dropped from drones, or stuff that's like put next to door frames. So when someone opens the door, hello, that energetics, that is the equalizer. There will never be an equalizer like energetics. I mean, shit, what makes your 9mm round or your 40 round, what makes it, project, right? I mean, I'm not saying that like triple FG is like the truth. I'm just saying that propellants and energetics can be helpful. And if you learn chemistry and learn things about that, that could be very helpful in an SHTF type of situation or a WROL situation. That's all I'm saying. Pressure, velocity, yeah, I mean it's all sorts of things, right? But the explosion is what begins that process. Then of course, the pressure of the rifling. There's a lot of other stuff, but if you can master chemistry and you can master pressurizing things in different ways, and you can cook up some crazy stuff, and of course only do it lawfully, right, guys? Like, hey, mind all federal, state, local rules, laws, regulations, restrictions, and sanctions, and county fucking ordinances and shit like that. Yeah, just make sure you do stuff like that. But I would recommend that all of you stop eating sugar and maybe switch to something safer like erythritol, because erythritol is a safe sugar substitute, and that would be a good choice. That's all I'll say. I've said more in other live streams, which maybe I shouldn't have, but don't cook crack. Very good point. But yeah, I mean, it is lawful for anyone to, well, let me say it differently. If you look at the way that explosives are governed, it is lawful for people to synthesize their own explosives and then consume them immediately, right? Like, not like consume them, do away with them, explode them or destroy them, right? Detonate them or destroy them on their own property, not for commercial purposes, right? You just can't transport it and you just can't store it, right? So if it's made, it must be consumed, which may just mean being destroyed, or maybe, may mean just, kind of lighten it up, when it's not pressurized or something like that. But in a lot of cases, it is lawful. But look into your state law. Every state is different, and don't be doing crazy shit. Don't listen to me, and don't take advice from me. I don't give advice. Okay, I don't give advice. Never give advice. And like my man CRS said, if you take advice from me, you're stealing. So there's that. High school tobacco madness. Kids get hooked before they are 20 most times. Yeah, man. Peer pressure was a mofo, and I was the one pressuring the peers. I'm not gonna lie. Hand rolling cigars since age 14. So the funny thing, when I was 14, I was taking cigars and I was cracking them open, dumping the tobacco out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all know. Let me see. I missed a bunch here. Sorry, y'all. There's a couple online emporiums. I make and I sell soap. Okay, so you know what's up. And rolling some fatties. Those are called blunts. Yeah. I cook toast. Yes, you do. Frag Outs. I think I know the same person. I don't know. Maybe Frag Outs Toaster is the same person as Snoring Rich. I've never seen them in the same place. I'm just saying. But yeah, look, the reason I bring up erythritol is because I had a very extensive show with an EOD guy on this channel. His name is Danny Meatballs, and he introduced me to something called ETN, which is erythritol tetranitrate. And did you know that you can take erythritol, which is a very inexpensive, like a $6 bag of erythritol will get you a pound, and that you could take that sugar substitute that you can buy at the grocery store for like $6 and nitrate it in an ice bath and make something that's detonating at nearly 7,000 meters per second. Now, keeping in mind that something like tannerite detonates at 2,800 meters per second. That's crazy next level ish. That's like RDX level stuff, which you can also, synthesize RDX at home too. There's a lot of ways to do that, but don't do anything illegal and don't listen to anything that I'm saying. No, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that don't listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me stop. All that stuff is it's all for calm down, Walter White. So that's the thing. It's just as lawful as firearms, on a federal level. I mean, if they wanted me, they can get me. Never mind. Disclaimer. Yeah, see, but no, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Let's stop listening. Let's stop talking about this stuff because, reason." But the only reason it's taboo is because we've made it taboo. Like, you used to be able to go, like, within the last century, you used to be able to go 4 decades ish. You used to be able to go to the hardware store and say, "Hello, my name is Dark. Could I buy some sticks of trinitrile toluene, please?" You're like, "Sure, but you have to put your name on this list in pen." You know, different times. TNT was just sold at the equivalent to Home Depot before Home Depot existed, which I would be willing to bet that Google owns Home Depot. I'm just going to guess that. Anyway, moving along. Swipe. Okay, let me see. I'm in California where a bottle rocket is a felony. Is it really a felony for a bottle rocket? What? You know what's funny? Okay, so be ready to be like blown away. Look up the laws for energetics or explosives in California. I don't want to say like a guarantee because there's very little in life that I'll guarantee, but I would be almost certain that it's probably very similar to the federal statute or laws or whatever. But again, don't do anything, I say. I was going to bed, but then I saw you were live. Congrats on making bail. Thank you. I did make bail at a YouTube jail. I said, what the hell? And I was like, I'm going to, do a live stream. That doesn't rhyme. But look, the most important thing to me, honestly, was coming on and talking about the Polymer 80 frames, because those new frames are like a godsend to us that allows us to keep building. It allows my business to stay in business, and DLD hardware is still going strong. Other companies I made a vow, right? I was like, yo, I am going to do anything and everything I can to continue like 80s, keeping 80s going. I'm going to do everything I can. And eBay has them for 250 to 300. Oh, hold on. What are we talking about? Fun fact, mothballs make a great octane booster for gas. What? No way. Thermodynamics, chem class. You mean a slap popper? Ludi has entered the chat. I made trinitrile in 9th grade chem lab. What? That is dope. 80s, baby. You and me both, brother. Reloading stuff. Okay, dope. Yeah, that's super important too. From what I've been told, it's not going to save us a lot of money to reload, but it's self-sustainability, right? It gives you the ability to crank out ammo. And I got an ass load of brass and a tumbler and like all sorts of stuff that I just haven't used. There's only a few things that I need to finish getting set up for reloading. Hey, 1776 Supply Co. entered the chat. What's up, broski? Good to see you. We were actually just talking about the bridge frames, which if you guys, I don't know if you've seen them, if you guys want to get a really clear picture or an example of what they look like, what you need to do is go to a certain website. And when you go to this certain website, you can see a picture of what the bridge frames look like. And you'll get real up close and personal when you go to a certain website. I'm just saying. So for all the people who are like, I don't know, which pen? I thought that this pen at this. There you go. Answer right in front of you, given to you. But I'm not allowed to say on YouTube anymore to go to that website. But I can tell you that there's a website that you can go to, and that website is going to show you what the bridge frame looks like. And the bridge frame is a Polymer 80V F940C. And yeah, so go to Supply Co. Go to that place, and then you'll be able to see exactly what they look like. It's actually kind of cool, like the kind of like mesh in the trigger housing. I mean, honestly, it looks like you can just take a chisel tip on an X-Acto knife and just cut around it, and then maybe take like one of those spinning like ball bits. I forgot what they're called, but with a Dremel just to kind of like bring it down, polish it, sand it, something like that. And then the other stuff, it's going to be simple. To the people that have at least done like one before, you'll be able to breeze right through it. It'll be fun. I literally made so many printed P80 frames to make sure people wanted their rails. I may not have had a huge impact, but my frames do have over 20,000 downloads. Nice, man. That's what's up. Hey, BB Luminous, what's up, brother? Yeah, see, for me, bro, it's all about the, is that so? Bridge frame, you say? For me personally, man, it's all about like the movement, the cause. Like, how are we helping? How are we contributing? And I'm just not going to stop. I'm not going to stop, regardless of what they choose to do, regardless of the rule changes that just happen to be, enforced by federal law, like federal FU and the A law. 1776 Supply Co. had pictures of what is new about the new Bridge 19 frame. Hell yeah. You're effing amazing. Hold on. DLD After Dark. How about 3D printing and improved mag catch for the Tech 22? Okay, so here's the issue. I don't know if you saw this, but I had okay, Supply Co. So I need you. So the last stream that I did before, getting the strike and being banned for a week and all that stuff, I had a Tech 22, gorgeous Tech 22, never fired. This is from like the early 90s, maybe late 80s, nickel top and all that. It's beautiful. Stuck a 1022 mag in there, and I popped it right up there. Well, in the middle of a stream, I bumped my chair back and it knocked it down, and it broke the mag catch. It literally snapped. And the only one I can find is, it looks like it's a 3D printed, like carbon fiber nylon, 3D printed on like eBay or something like that for $30. I'm like, dude, if I don't really want to, I want the original, but I think I could deal with a carbon fiber nylon, printed one. So if you make one, please make two. That's all I'm saying. Is it still a Gen 3? Is what a Gen 3? Who is amazing though? Did I miss that? I probably got sidetracked and stopped mid thought. Oh, she's talking about I'm amazing because I'm being funny. Like, if there was a website to go to that could show you the bridge frame, that kind of thing. I think that's what she was talking about. DLD, good evening, my brother. Good to see you back. Thank you, man. I am back, and I'm pumped to actually have conversations with you guys. But dude, I appreciate you guys so much, man. I know it's not typical of me to go live on a Monday, but I didn't believe YouTube when they said that it said 1 day left, and then that cut off yesterday. So I just had to come on and give it a shot, make sure that, I could still transmit to you fools. So, yes. Okay. The new frame. Yes. So the new frame is still Gen 3, 100%. Yep. ATF. You can't sell P80s no more. P80. Hold my beer. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, by the time they were like, you can't do that, by SHOT Show, we're talking like 2.5 weeks. They were like, welcome to SHOT Show. Like, what? Y'all already got new frames out? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then the dope thing is that people are like, oh man, these new frames, they use the old jigs, but they don't do every pin on there. And DLD is like, hold my beer. So, you know what I'm saying? See how this works? It's a collaborative effort. One cannot exist without the other. This is an ecosystem of all of us helping to keep everyone in business. So I love it. I'm like thrilled to be a part of this. And yeah, I'm excited for the future. And y'all may see a new channel pop up, whoop, here and there. I'm putting some serious thought into another channel. And of course, everything is backed up on Utreon and on Locals and on Odyssey and on Rumble and on all the other channels. It automatically feeds everything there. So, and of course, I'm on Instagram too. So if y'all need something, somebody asked, how do we talk to you directly? If somebody didn't throw my email in chat, hit me up on Instagram. It's DLD After Dark. You can shoot me an instant message, DM, whatever it's called, message, DM, IM. Send me an IM. You know what I mean? Send me a DM. Sorry, I'm just going through chat real quick. Yeah, that's right. One hand wash the other. You got it. Okay, so that's a good idea. I would like to make a 9 out of 10 condition collector piece into a functional shooter. Skinny trigger, needs some enhancement too. That would be dope, man. Because look, the funny thing is that if you have a Tech 9, it's not always dependable. It's usually not dependable. If you got a Tech 22 that takes 1022 mags, that thing runs like a top, but there are a lot of improvements needed, right? My thing is I do not even know how the bolt rolls over that trigger when it's being reset. Like the amount of tension is crazy. I guess the high velocity rounds would probably be best out of it, but I haven't fired this. This shit is unfired and it's literally 30 to 40 years old. And it looks like it was just created, except the polymer. That doesn't look like it was just created. Hell yeah. See, I'm getting a bunch of y'all following me on Instagram too. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I'm on my phone tonight, y'all. Notice y'all can tell. Here's how you can tell. So usually when I'm not on my phone, I'm sitting here like this, and I'm fancy schmancy with all the equipment. But not tonight. I just had to come on and chat with you guys for a little bit and let y'all know. Y'all need to get your hands on one of these frames. I'm already getting orders for the single pin jig and PF9 for over the last week nearly. I have almost only sold the PF940C jigs, the 19 jigs. So if y'all are trying to get on that, then DLD Hardware is how you support the kid. And I appreciate all y'all. Bob, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Welcome home, Dark. I feel good. Feels great to be here, man. It will run flush 10-round mags, no problem. Nanners rock out a battery. So here's what you do. Little trick. When you stick that bad boy in, pull it forward, and it will literally run like a top. When you pull it forward, it literally seats it in place perfectly. For the Tech 22, right? For the Intratec Tech 22, rock it in, pull it forward. The moment you do that, you're going to be like, oh! So every time I put in a mag, rock it in, pull it forward. It'll be stuck. It ain't going nowhere. Promise you. But when you don't pull it forward, they do rock a lot, and it causes issues. So just a thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of 1022 mags are super garbage. Facts, especially the Ruger 25s, real trash. So I've had great luck with the factory Ruger 25 rounds. But I mean, I've also heard mixed things. I personally do not like those Butler Creeks and those clear. They just suck. I've had terrible results of them in the past. But granted, it's like there's so many factors with rimfire, man. It's like could be shitty ammo, dirty ammo. Are you running a can? Are you not? Like it, there's just a lot of other factors in there that maybe causing issues too. So flash of the day is today I'm rocking the usually you see me with the Black Talon 2, right? Which is a great little unzipper, right? I also recently got the Black Talon 2 in a serrated. Ooh, that thing is mean. This has never had a box or tape or meat or anything like that on it, man. This thing is bad. But today, I left that, left that home, and I took the Tack Knives Nighthawk. Is it? Yeah, it's the same as like that gun, right? I think it's the Nighthawk V 2.0. This is their like top of the line. This thing is fire, bro. For what like we would normally pay like 350 $400 for like a Microtech of this caliber. This is this D2? No, this is 154 cm steel, and it's got the holes in it to where it'll still open underwater. It's a lot of their other TK Pro line is D2 tool steel. This one is 154 cm, and it's like, I don't know, 139. Oh, and if you use code DARK, you get 20% off. That's all I'm saying. If you use code DARK, you get 20% off. And they got a gang of super dope blades like this. And they're kind of like adult fidget spinners. So Tack Knives USA is where you get those. And it supports your boy. So Tack Knives USA as well. Just throw that out there. But right now, obviously, the focus is the frame. The jig, and all this stuff. So go build freedom. I love all you guys so much. And as we close today, I just want to remind you all how grateful I am for every single one of you guys. It is great to be back. I'm glad I got to double check before my show tomorrow that I am indeed allowed to go live and able to go live. They can't censor your boy. And as we close this stream as we normally do, let me get some nicotine real quick. They help it open underwater. So typically when you see OTF knives that are larger, like the smaller ones like this, you're usually not going to see holes in it. But the reason you usually see holes in OTF knives is to aid in opening underwater. Crazy, right? Just saying. So yeah, interesting thing. Fun fact. I know you just got here, bro, but I've been going for an hour and a half. Got some other stuff I got to do, and I got to wake up super early tomorrow. Bro, I know. So Barton Fink, Frag Out just mentioned that what the other day, yesterday, recently. So we may do that. How dope would that be to have a Frag Out Designs laser etched blade from Tack Knives? That'd be sick. So good to be back. Glad that there's a frame solution for the community. You can support companies like Supply Co. and look at the frame on their website, and then you can support companies like DLD Hardware and look at the jig on that website. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I love all y'all so much. There will be a show tomorrow. I'm going to pick back up on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. And in closing, I'll do what I normally do anyway and say rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief moment that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So always be kind. And I didn't know this actually until last night, that there's a Bible verse. I'll actually get the verse and I'll read it to you guys next time. But essentially, it says almost exactly what I've been saying, right? When you bless others, you become blessed. It's like almost verbatim. It's crazy. So I'm going to read that Bible verse next time I come back because it's pretty crazy. And it is true. When you bless others, you become blessed. So rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. Because, as I said, a hand that's open to give is open to receive. So when you bless others, you become blessed. Rule number 3, we know that the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men and women, ting ting, skilled in violence. So make sure that you are becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, y'all, I appreciate all you guys so much. If you guys could comment on this after it posts as a video after the live stream posts, that would help me so much. Help me get my analytics back up. Maybe watch some of my old stuff, comment a little bit. It'll help me a lot. Appreciate all you guys. See y'all tomorrow. Bye. Bro, this is crazy. I just got another order on DLD Hardware. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Every time you order from DLD Hardware, you are helping the cause and the movement move forward in one direction. So thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see y'all on the next